Alright students, now we'll start the modern periodic table and we'll try to see how to remember this modern periodic table, because in the questions they will be asked like tell me the element which is present in this group and this period. What are the groups, what are the periods, that we are going to discuss. So this is the skeletal modern periodic table. This is having these vertical columns. How many? 18. So 1 to 18, these are the vertical columns which is known as groups. So 1, 2, 3 to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, these vertical columns, all of these are groups. So these are all the groups. So this is group number 1, 2, 3, 13, 14 to 18. Alright. Now, these horizontal rows, they are 7 in number and these are known as periods. So, the modern periodic table is having 18 groups and 7 periods. So, let us just make it like this. So, this is having 18 groups and 7 periods. Alright, we'll discuss what type of question will be asked and we'll take 1 or 2 questions now only. So let us just try to fill it up. Till class 9th, we have discussed how to arrange the 20 elements. We'll fill up this thing now. So this is, let us just start with hydrogen. So this is hydrogen. This is helium. So we will say hydrogen and helium is belong to the same period, that is first. So hydrogen, helium, here is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Then is sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium and calcium. Alright, so this is how we have arranged the 20 elements. Now we have to arrange all the elements belonging to group 1 to 13 to 18. We'll not discuss the elements which is in group number 3 to 12 and not will discuss these elements. We'll take a look what are these and then we'll just neglect it. We are just having our discussion of the chapter will be based on group 1 to and group 13 to 18. We'll not be filling up this and this. Alright. So this is a mnemonic that we'll have to remember to write down this thing. So it is Helena ki Rubina se friendship. So this is Helena ki Rubina se friendship. This is for group 1. For second group, what do we say? It is Beta mange car, scooter, baap, razi. So Beta mange car, scooter, baap, razi. This is how we'll be writing this group as group number 2. Now we'll skip these 3 to 12. Let us just name them what they are known as. They are known as transition elements. Here they are known as transition elements. Alright. So let us move to group number 13. This is Bal, Gangadhar, Indira, Tilak. So it is Bal, Gangadhar, Indira, Tilak. Next is group number 14. Chemistry sir gives sun ki problem. Chemistry sir gives sun ki problem. Next is group number 15. Nahi pasand aise sab bhai. Nahi pasand aise sab bhai. Next is group number 16. It is O style se tail polish. So this is O style se tail polish. Next is group number 17. This is just like with the flow it goes, like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. So it is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, or we can say फिर कल बाहर आई आंटी. फिर कल बाहर आई आंटी. This is how we can remember. Next is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. How do we remember this thing? It is Hina, Nina और करीना के जीरोक्स रंगीन, Hina, Nina और Karina के Xerox रंगीन. Alright. So this is how we can remember group 1 to and group 13 to 18. These are very, very important. Alright. So again, let us just revise. Modern periodic table contains 18 groups and 7 periods. Alright, let us just now talk about this. So here is these two things. This is the lanthanide series, then is the actinide series. These lanthanide and actinide series is separated from the main table and it is placed like this. So lanthanide and actinide series will be continued from over here. These are the radioactive elements. Here they are the radioactive elements. These elements will show a property different from all those, so that is why they are being separated and will be written over here. So just remember, we will not discuss the property of the 7th period, alright, because francium is highly radioactive, so we will not be talking of that too, alright. So mostly we will be stick to the 6 periods only. And one important thing, 7th period is an incomplete period. Here is some element, but there are not the names for these elements. The names are there, but they are not just discovered till. Alright, so these are the empty spaces in the modern periodic table, and that is why this 7th period is empty. Now, let us just discuss the two main questions that can be asked. Which period is the shortest period and which period is the longest period? See, let us just tell you how the trend is going on. So this is cesium, barium, then is lanthanide. It will continue over here. Then the other element to over here. Similarly, francium, radium, actinide, then over here when it ends up to this element. Alright, this is how the sequence will be going to be. Now, 6th period is complete period, whereas 7th period is incomplete period. There are empty slots. Slots are there, but they are empty. So when we have to talk of the longest period, then out of 6th and 7th, 6th period is the longest period because all the elements are known and discovered. In 7th, there are some empty spaces which shows that there are elements which are yet to be discovered. So 6th period is the longest period. Now for the shortest period, we know that in first period we are having only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium. So first period is the shortest period and 6th period is the longest period. So let us write down, first period is shortest and 6th period is the longest period. Alright. Now, as we have talked of why there is a need for this modern periodic table, we said the systematic arrangement. Then we'll say that if the property of one element is known, then the property of the similar elements could also be known and they will all belong to the same group. It means all these groups, that is the vertical columns, all the elements in that vertical column will show almost the same properties. So if I am talking of the lithium and sodium will resemble in their properties, and then we'll talk of like this fluorine, chlorine, bromine, they will resemble in their properties. Then this boron, aluminium, gallium, they will resemble to their properties. Alright, that is what is meant by a group. In group, all the elements will show almost the similar properties. Alright, now in the next video, we'll start by naming what are these groups known to be. Alright, so now we'll start on naming what is the name of group number 1, group number 2 and then 13 to 18. That is very, very important. Alright, so group 1 is known as alkali metals. They are known as alkali metals. Now here, they are known as alkali metals because all of these and their hydroxides, that is the lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are soluble in water. It means they form bases and those bases are soluble in water. And water soluble bases, they are known as alkali. That is why these metals are known as alkali metals. because they form the hydroxides which are soluble in bases and they form the bases which are soluble in water, and water soluble bases, they are known as alkali metals. That is group number 1. So group number 1 is known as alkali metals. What is the group number 2 known to be? Group number 2 is known as alkali earth metals. They are known as alkali earth metals. Now alkali, for the same reason, they form water soluble bases. Earth, these are found abundant in the earth. That is why they are known as alkali earth metals. They both form alkalis. Now the one thing that differentiates between these two is that they are not so very found in the nature, but they are extremely available. So group 2 elements, they are extremely available and they are not that much available, but they form water soluble bases. Alright, we'll skip 3 to 12, we'll move to 13. In 13, 14, 15, 16, they are all be known for their representative elements. Representative element is the first element of the group. Here the first element is boron, here is carbon, here is nitrogen, here is oxygen. Now, entire group is named based on the first element. So this group is known as boron family. So this is known as boron family. This is known as carbon family. Group 15 will be known as nitrogen family. Group 16 is known as oxygen family, but here is one important thing, that this group, that is group number 16, is also known as chalcogens. Chalcogens are ore forming. They are ore forming. It means whenever we can see a ore, the ore will be present in its oxides, in its sulfides. So let us say we are having iron pyrite FeS2, then we are having Fe2O3, Fe3O4, then ZnS. So they are either an oxide ore or a sulfide ore. So all the elements which are present in here, they are mostly found out in ores. So these are known as chalcogens, which means they are present in ore. So they are ore forming. Let us talk of the group number 17. Group number 17 is known as halogens. Halogens means salt forming. They form salt. They are salt forming. Like sodium chloride, then is NaBr, then is NaI, again KCl, KBr, Ki. This is how they are salt forming. Alright. Group 18, they are known as inert elements. Let me write it over here. These are inert elements. Inert elements because they cannot react very actively. Alright. So they are passive. They do not react. That we'll discuss why they are known as inert elements. That we'll discuss. These inert elements are almost all of them are gases, and that is why they are known as inert gases or noble gases. Alright. So this is how the various naming of the groups is. Let us just take a look back. Alkali metals, water soluble bases. Alkali earth metals, water soluble bases, plus they are found in abundant in earth. Boron family, carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen family. They are also known as chalcogens, ore forming. Fluorine family, popularly known as halogens, they are salt forming. Noble gases, inert elements. Alright. So this is how our entire periodic table is and their naming. So in the next video, we'll start with the periodic property as valency.